Hey, curious minds, get ready for mind-blowing facts about animals, science, and more. From surprising talents to bizarre discoveries, this video is packed with fun you won't believe. Sit back, relax, and let's dive into the unexpected.
The human circulatory system is an intricate and vast network of blood vessels, including arteries, veins, and capillaries. If stretched out end to end, these vessels would span approximately 100,000 miles, enough to wrap around the Earth about 4 times. This extensive system is responsible for transporting oxygen, nutrients, hormones and waste products throughout the body, ensuring that every cell receives what it needs to function properly. Arteries carry oxygen-rich blood from the heart to various organs and tissues, while veins return oxygen-depleted blood back to the heart for reoxygenation. Capillaries, the tiniest blood vessels, connect arteries and veins, allowing for the exchange of oxygen, carbon dioxide and other substances at the cellular level. Despite their combined length, blood vessels are incredibly thin and delicate, with some capillaries being just 1 cell thick. The vastness of the circulatory system highlights the complexity of the human body. The heart, which powers this network, pumps roughly 2,000 gallons of blood daily, ensuring continuous circulation. As we age, blood vessels can become less elastic due to factors such as poor diet, lack of exercise, and genetic predisposition, potentially leading to cardiovascular diseases. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle, including proper nutrition, hydration, and regular exercise, helps keep this extensive system functioning efficiently. This incredible network of blood vessels underscores just how remarkable and efficient the human body is, seamlessly working around the clock to sustain life.
Saliva plays a crucial role in the human body, aiding digestion, protecting teeth, and keeping the mouth moist. Over the course of a lifetime, the average person produces an astonishing amount, enough to fill 2 entire swimming pools. This may seem unbelievable, but the human body generates between half a litre to 1.5 litres of saliva per day. Over an average lifespan of around 70 years, this adds up to between 26,000 and 55,000 litres, which is roughly equivalent to the volume of 2 standard-sized swimming pools. Saliva is primarily composed of water, about 99%, but it also contains enzymes, proteins, electrolytes, and antibacterial compounds. One of its most important enzymes, amylase, begins the process of breaking down starches into simpler sugars before food even reaches the stomach. Saliva also plays a key role in maintaining oral health by neutralizing acids, washing away food particles, and providing antimicrobial protection against harmful bacteria that cause cavities and gum disease. Beyond digestion and oral hygiene, saliva contributes to speech by keeping the mouth lubricated, preventing dryness that can make it difficult to form words properly. It also contains growth factors that promote wound healing in the mouth, which is why oral injuries tend to heal faster than cuts on other parts of the body. While saliva production is essential, it can vary depending on hydration levels, diet, medications, and health conditions. Some people experience excessive saliva production, while others suffer from dry mouth, also known as xerostomia, which can lead to discomfort and increased risk of dental problems. Staying hydrated and maintaining good oral hygiene helps ensure that saliva continues to perform its vital functions efficiently throughout a lifetime.
Goosebumps are a fascinating physiological response that humans have inherited from their animal ancestors. Scientifically known as piloerection, this reflex occurs when tiny muscles at the base of hair follicles, called erector pili, contract in response to cold temperatures or strong emotions like fear or excitement. This reaction causes body hair to stand upright, forming the characteristic bumpy texture on the skin. While this response is mostly useless for modern humans, it once played a crucial role in survival. For our ancestors, who had much more body hair, this reflex served 2 important purposes. First, when exposed to cold, raised hairs would trap more air close to the skin, creating an insulating layer to retain body heat. This helped early humans and other mammals stay warm in harsh conditions. Second, in moments of fear or confrontation, raised hair made an animal appear larger and more intimidating to potential threats, much like how a cat's fur stands on end when it feels threatened. Though humans have lost most of their body hair over time, the neural pathways that control goosebumps remain. Today, this reflex is triggered not only by cold, but also by intense emotions, such as listening to powerful music, experiencing nostalgia, or feeling extreme excitement or fear. This happens because the reaction is controlled by the sympathetic nervous system, which is also responsible for the fight-or-flight response. While goosebumps no longer serve a significant functional purpose in modern humans of our evolutionary past, scientists continue to study this reflex, and some research suggests that it may still play a minor role in regulating skin health by triggering hair follicle stem cells, potential regeneration.
The human brain is an incredibly complex organ that relies on a constant supply of oxygen to function properly. When oxygen flow is interrupted, brain cells begin to die rapidly. On average, the brain can survive only 5 to 10 minutes without oxygen before significant, often irreversible, damage occurs. This condition, known as cerebral hypoxia, can lead to severe cognitive and physical impairments, coma, or even death if oxygen deprivation is prolonged. Within the first 60 seconds of oxygen deprivation, brain cells begin to struggle as they rely on stored energy to keep functioning. However, without fresh oxygen, the brain quickly depletes its energy reserves. By 3 minutes, neurons start to die, and permanent brain damage becomes a real risk. At 5 minutes, severe damage is almost certain, especially in areas responsible for memory, reasoning, and motor function. Beyond 10 minutes, survival becomes unlikely without medical intervention, and even if a person is revived, they may suffer from long-term impairments due to widespread brain cell death. Despite these risks, certain factors can influence how long the brain can withstand oxygen deprivation. For example, lower temperatures slow down metabolic processes, which is why some drowning victims in icy water have been revived after much longer periods without oxygen. Medical procedures, such as therapeutic hypothermia, where a patient's body temperature is deliberately lowered, can sometimes extend the survival window by reducing the brain's oxygen demand. Understanding the brain's vulnerability to oxygen deprivation is crucial in medical emergencies such as strokes, heart attacks, or near drownings. Immediate action, like performing CPR or using a defibrillator, can help restore oxygen flow before permanent brain damage occurs. This highlights the importance of quick medical intervention when dealing with any situation that restricts oxygen supply to the brain.
Your pinky finger, despite being the smallest digit on your hand, plays a surprisingly crucial role in hand strength. It is responsible for approximately 50% of your hand's grip strength, making it far more important than most people realize. While the thumb is essential for dexterity and precision, the pinky acts as a stabilizer, providing power and control when gripping objects, making fists, or performing fine motor tasks. The pinky's strength comes from its connection to the ulnar side of the hand, which is supported by the ulnar nerve and forearm muscles. When you grip something, the pinky and ring finger work together to create a strong foundation, allowing the thumb and index finger to manipulate objects with precision. This is why athletes, musicians, and manual laborers rely heavily on their pinky fingers for power and endurance. Rock climbers, for example, depend on their pinky fingers to maintain grip strength when hanging from ledges, while pianists and guitarists use them to execute complex movements. If the pinky were injured or lost, a person would experience a significant reduction in grip strength. Studies have shown that removing the pinky can cut hand strength in half, while losing the index or middle finger results in far less impact. This is why injuries to the pinky, such as fractures or nerve damage, can severely affect a person's ability to grip, lift and hold objects. The next time you use your hands for everyday tasks, take a moment to appreciate your pinky finger. It may seem small and insignificant, but without it, your hand's strength and functionality would be dramatically weakened.
Humans continuously shed their skin, releasing about 600,000 tiny skin particles every hour. This means that over the course of a single day, a person can shed nearly 1.5 pounds or 0.7 kilograms of dead skin cells. The process is completely natural and essential for skin renewal, helping to remove old damaged cells and replace them with fresh, healthy ones. The The outermost layer of skin, known as the epidermis, constantly regenerates itself. Skin cells, or keratinocytes, are produced in the deeper layers of the epidermis and gradually move toward the surface. Once they reach the top, they die and flake off, making room for new cells. This cycle occurs approximately every 28 to 40 days, meaning that you essentially get a new outer layer of skin every month. These microscopic flakes of skin don't just disappear, they accumulate in your surroundings. A significant portion of household dust is actually made up of dead skin cells. While this might sound unappealing, it plays an unexpected role in nature. The shed skin provides food for dust mites, tiny organisms that thrive in bedding, carpets, and upholstery. Additionally, these skin particles contribute to the Earth's atmosphere, making up part of the biological material floating in the air. The amount of skin a person sheds can vary based on factors like age, skin type, and environment. Dry skin conditions, sun exposure, and frequent washing can increase shedding, while moisturized and healthy skin may lose fewer cells. Although this process is invisible to the naked eye, it's a constant part of being human, ensuring our skin stays fresh, healthy, and resilient throughout our lives.
The human liver is one of the most remarkable organs in the body, possessing a unique ability to regenerate itself even after losing up to 75% of its mass. Unlike most organs, which heal through scar tissue formation, the liver can actually regrow to its original size and function without permanent loss of ability. This extraordinary trait makes liver transplants and partial liver donations possible, as a healthy portion of a liver can regenerate in both the donor and recipient. Liver regeneration is driven by hepatocytes, the main type of liver cell. When a significant part of the liver is removed or damaged, these cells quickly multiply to restore lost tissue. Within a week or two, the liver can regain much of its original mass, and over the course of several months, it typically returns to full function. However, while the liver can regrow to its original size, it may not always return to its exact original shape. This is why transplanted liver sections may look slightly different after regeneration. This regenerative power has been known for centuries, even appearing in Greek mythology. The tale of Prometheus, who was punished by the gods by having his liver eaten daily by an eagle, only for it to regrow overnight, was an early recognition of this liver property. Despite its ability to regrow, the liver is not invincible. Chronic liver diseases such as cirrhosis and hepatitis can cause long-term damage and prevent proper regeneration. Excessive alcohol consumption, fatty liver disease, and exposure to toxins can lead to scar tissue formation, fibrosis, which ultimately reduces the liver's ability to heal itself. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle, including a balanced diet, moderate alcohol consumption, and avoiding harmful chemicals, ensures that this vital organ continues to function optimally. The liver's regeneration ability makes it a crucial focus for medical research. Scientists are exploring ways to enhance this natural healing process to treat liver diseases more effectively. Some studies are even looking into bioengineered livers and regenerative medicine to help patients with severe liver damage. This extraordinary organ remains one of the most fascinating and resilient parts of the human body, capable of self-repairing in ways that few other organs can.
Babies are born with more bones than adults, approximately 300 compared to an adult's 206. This fascinating fact is due to the way the human skeleton develops over time. Many of a newborn's bones are made of cartilage, a flexible and softer tissue that allows for easier movement during birth and rapid growth in early life. As the child grows, these cartilage structures gradually ossify or turn into solid bone through a process called endochondral ossification. One of the main reasons babies have extra bones is that some larger adult bones start out as multiple smaller bones that later fuse together. A great example of this is the skull. At birth, a baby's skull is made up of several separate bones connected by soft gaps called fontanelles. These flexible gaps allow the skull to shift slightly during childbirth, making delivery easier and accommodating rapid brain growth in infancy. Over time, the skull bones gradually fuse, forming the solid structure found in adults. Another area where bone fusion occurs is the spine. Babies are born with 33 vertebrae, but some of these vertebrae eventually merge, particularly in the sacrum and coccyx or tailbone, reducing the total count in adulthood. Similarly, the hip bones start as 3 separate bones, the ilium, ischium, and pubis, but fuse together during adolescence to form a single strong structure. This natural bone fusion process is essential for creating a stronger and more rigid skeleton that can support walking, running, and other adult movements. While infants need more flexibility for growth and early development, adults require sturdier, fully formed bones for stability and protection. Understanding how bones change from birth to adulthood is not just a fascinating biological fact. It also plays an important role in pediatrics and orthopedics. Medical professionals carefully monitor infant bone development to ensure proper growth and identify any potential issues early on. This is why babies are sometimes checked for conditions like hip dysplasia, where improper bone development can lead to future mobility problems. In essence, the extra bones in babies are not extra in the sense that they remain separate forever. Rather, they represent an early-stage blueprint of the adult skeleton, evolving through fusion as the body matures. This remarkable transformation highlights the human body's ability to adapt, grow, and strengthen over time.
Your stomach has to produce a new layer of mucus every 2 weeks to protect itself from its own acid. This is because the stomach contains hydrochloric acid, also known as HCl, a powerful substance with a pH of around 1.5 to 3.5, which is strong enough to break down food and potentially digest the stomach itself if left unchecked. To prevent this from happening, the stomach relies on a protective mucus layer, which is continuously replenished. The stomach plays a crucial role in digestion, breaking down food into nutrients that the body can absorb. This process is aided by gastric acid, which helps dissolve food, kill harmful bacteria, and activate digestive enzymes like pepsin, which breaks down proteins. However, because hydrochloric acid is so corrosive, the stomach must have a way to protect its own tissues from being damaged. The stomach lining is covered in a thick layer of mucus, primarily made of mucin, a glycoprotein that forms a gel-like barrier. This mucus traps bicarbonate ions, which help neutralize the acid near the stomach lining, creating a pH gradient with an extremely acidic environment inside the stomach, but a much more neutral layer right against the stomach wall. Because stomach acid is constantly breaking down food and mixing with mucus, the mucus layer wears away over time. To maintain its protective function, specialized cells in the stomach lining, called mucus neck cells and surface epithelial cells, continuously secrete fresh mucus. This ensures that the stomach lining remains safe. This regeneration process occurs roughly every 2 weeks, though in some cases it can happen even faster. If the stomach fails to produce enough mucus, the acid can begin to damage the epithelial cells of the stomach lining, leading to irritation, inflammation, or even ulcers. Stomach ulcers, also known as peptic ulcers, can develop when this protective barrier is compromised, often due to factors like H. pylori bacteria. These bacteria can weaken the mucus layer, making the stomach lining more vulnerable to acid damage. Long-term use of NSAIDs, or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, medications like aspirin or ibuprofen can inhibit mucus production, increasing the risk of ulcers. Excessive alcohol consumption. Alcohol can erode the stomach lining and reduce mucus production. Stress and spicy foods, while these don't directly cause ulcers, they can aggravate existing stomach issues. The ability of the stomach to continuously renew its mucus barrier is an amazing example of how the body protects itself. This self-repair system ensures that despite constantly dealing with corrosive acid, the stomach remains healthy and functional. Without this ongoing process, the stomach would essentially begin digesting itself, leading to severe damage and pain. This is why maintaining a balanced diet, avoiding excessive use of NSAIDs, and managing stress can all contribute to a healthier stomach lining and better digestion overall.
The surface area of your lungs is roughly the size of a tennis court. The human lungs are remarkable organs designed for efficient gas exchange, allowing the body to absorb oxygen and expel carbon dioxide. Despite being compactly housed within the chest, their internal surface area is approximately 70 square meters, roughly the size of a tennis court. This vast surface area is crucial for maximizing oxygen absorption, supporting the body's energy needs. Why do lungs need such a large surface area? Gas exchange occurs in the lungs at the level of the alveoli, which are tiny air sacs that resemble clusters of grapes. There are about 300 to 600 million alveoli in an adult's lungs, and their thin, flexible walls allow oxygen to diffuse into the bloodstream while removing carbon dioxide. The large surface area ensures that oxygen intake is highly efficient, even during physical exertion, when the body's oxygen demand increases. The reason for this immense surface area is simple physics. The more surface available, the more gas can be exchanged at once. This allows the lungs to process about 11,000 litres, or 388 cubic feet, of air per day under normal conditions. Without such a high surface area, humans would struggle to take in enough oxygen to support cellular metabolism. The lungs are structured in a way that maximizes surface area while remaining compact. This is achieved by branching airways. The trachea splits into two bronchi, which further divide into bronchioles before leading to the alveoli. This branching pattern increases surface area without requiring excessive space. Thin alveolar walls. The alveoli are lined with a single layer of epithelial cells, making it easier for gases to diffuse efficiently. Surfactant production. A special substance called pulmonary surfactant prevents alveoli from collapsing, maintaining their ability to expand and exchange gases. What happens when lung surface area is reduced? Certain lung diseases can damage alveoli or reduce their function, leading to decreased surface area and impaired breathing. For example, emphysema, a type of COPD, destroys alveolar walls, reducing surface area and making it harder to absorb oxygen. Pulmonary fibrosis thickens lung tissue, making oxygen diffusion more difficult. Smoking and pollution can damage alveoli over time, leading to reduced lung capacity. The fact that our lungs have a surface area equivalent to a tennis court is a testament to their efficiency and complexity. This vast area ensures that our bodies receive enough oxygen to sustain life while removing waste gases. Protecting lung health through regular exercise, avoiding smoking, and minimizing exposure to air pollutants can help maintain their function and keep this incredible respiratory system working at its best. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed these incredible facts. If you found them fascinating, there's so much more to discover. Stay tuned for our next video, where we uncover even more mind-blowing facts about the world around you. You won't believe what's next.